Sunday, January 5th. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got some good news and bad news today. Good news first, Angela and I are going to be investigating the possibility of offering a whole new service to A1 Carpet Care customers. The bad news is it has absolutely nothing to do with carpet cleaning. As a matter of fact, it has nothing to do with cleaning at all. Stay tuned for more. It's freezing cold. I'm out here feeding the goats. We got 3 goats. We used to have 9. And there's Darla, the Great Dane, running around like crazy. Food up here on top of this post. You can see they've completely tore that shed apart. My dad and I built that together. And it's kind of mucky. I'm wearing flip-flops with socks. Oh, this is gross. This is really gross out here. So we love goats. We had 1 goat growing up in Colorado. And yeah, Mom and Dad got 2 goats, August and Felicity, the male and female there, a couple years ago for Christmas. We didn't realize at the time, but Felicity was actually pregnant. So, yeah. Then she got pregnant again. Then she got pregnant again. They're kind of like bunnies. We bought this house. This table and these chairs came with the house. The problem was we were not real fond of the type of fabric on these chairs. So Angela and I, one weekend, decided to invest into some new covering material, and we covered these chairs ourselves, and they looked amazing. And they kind of still do, except for one big problem. This is a really cheap material, and this is the pleather we chose to cover these chairs. So I just ripped that one off because, as I'll show you, this material kind of cheap, and it's been flaking off ever since. Didn't last very long at all. So this morning, Angela's headed down to Jacksonville to shop for some more material. Hopefully we're gonna rip all the material off of these chairs today and recover the chairs. We'll see. How bad can it go? All right, bad news. I'm only about halfway done, not even halfway done, with tearing these old coverings off of the seats here, and I've sustained an injury. So this is very difficult. Whoever put these staples in the last time went a little crazy. There's a lot more staples than there probably needs to be. But regardless, I did not trim my fingernails in quite some time. So as you can see, I caught my fingernail on one of the edges of the fabric, and it just ripped my fingernail and almost ripped it off. So it hurts pretty bad. I'm bleeding. Don't think I'm gonna go to the emergency room right yet. Angela is out shopping for new material, and hopefully when we attach the new material, I don't go crazy and put 30,000 staples in every single seat. So we'll see how this project turns out. Okay, that was a lot of work, but I was able to get all the material ripped off and removed from all 6 of the dining room chairs, and I didn't suffer any more injuries. I was able to get the bleeding stopped with a lot of pressure and this Band-Aid. But I don't think right now that I'm going to be wanting to offer this service to our clients in the future. Just my thought for now. Angela's still shopping. She should be home soon. I think she picked a navy blue color, so I don't know what that's gonna look like, but she's in charge of this one, not me. Okay, this is a really neat part. What you're gonna see here is Angela, and I sped this up, so this is actually fast motion, but here you are seeing Angela about to cut this new material. And the cool thing with Angela and I is we complement each other so well because I'm very, very decisive. And as you can see here, Angela, on the other hand, is very, very indecisive. She measured, remeasured, flipped it, folded it, refolded it, remeasured over and over and over again. But finally, she was able to gain enough confidence to start cutting the material. So Not only was this new material marine grade, which apparently is supposed to last a lot longer than the old stuff, but it's also a really pretty navy blue color, which I wasn't sure about at first, but I'm really glad she picked out because I think it's going to turn out really, really well. Angela and I aren't really big do-it-yourselfers, but we have teamed up and painted quite a bit and made some different window treatments and done a couple other projects around the house. Generally speaking, when we work together, there's a good possibility we end up into an argument or disagreement, but today was a huge success. We worked together really well and everything went awesome. Next step, you'll want to get on the floor, put all your material down, stack your cushions up, and get your staple gun ready. Now this is just an electric staple gun, but it's pretty powerful and it definitely does the trick. Once you center the cushion in the middle of your material, you'll peel one end up and tack it in with 3 or 4 staples, turn it, repeat, and then you finally do the corners. The corners are the tough part, and I gained a little bit of insight the last time we did this as far as what worked and what didn't work. Another trick I learned is not to remove the old material. It's a whole lot easier to cover right over it than it is to try and remove it and replace the cushion. This step took about 10 or 12 minutes, and while I finished those, Angela had started already putting the cushions back onto the chairs. These were really easy to reattach. It's just 3 screws that attach into with little metal elbows. Every few weeks it seems like we have to kind of tighten those screws up as they get loose. Here's a good shot of Angela actually putting one of the cushions on as well. So yes, she can actually operate a screwdriver very well. So this step was just putting all the cushions back on the chairs with those 3 screws, and it only took about 10 minutes as well. So the longest part of this project was pulling the old material off the chairs, which I think would have been a whole lot easier if I didn't go through like 15 boxes of staples attaching that old material. In my defense, I really did not expect to be putting new material on less than a few years later, but that just goes to show you, you get what you pay for, and if you get cheap material, it's not gonna last very long at all. Not exactly sure why, but we wanted to give you guys a little closer view as I attempt to put these 3 screws into the last chair for the final step before the big reveal. Another neat thing that happened we didn't realize was the cushion colors actually matched our placemats perfectly. So it turned out really, really good. All right, Angela, what do you think about offering dining room chair recovering services as the new service for A1 Carpet Gear? All right, you heard it from the boss. We are not going to be offering dining room chair recovering services now. But good news, we're back to cleaning tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow.